This week, for the first time in Kazakhstan's history, the country's top security and oversight bodies gathered for an expanding meeting of law enforcement agencies, chaired by President Kassym-Jomart Tokayev. The high-level session brought together representatives from the government, the Prosecutor General's Office, the Ministry of Internal Affairs, the Financial Monitoring Agency and the Anti-Corruption Agency, marking a new chapter in interagency coordination. In a world of shifting global priorities, President Tokayev addressed the performance of Kazakhstan's security institutions and set new strategic priorities. So what's changing and what lies ahead? Our next report breaks it down.
To build a just and safe Kazakhstan, the rule of law and public order must serve as the foundation of society. That was the central message delivered by President Tokayev as he addressed the country's first expanded session of law enforcement agencies. Speaking before senior officials from across the justice and security sectors, Kazakh president called for a stronger legal culture, stricter adherence to the law, and the full modernization of law enforcement institutions. At the core of his remarks was a call to embrace law and order not just as policy, but as a way of life. He also stressed the need to study and honor Kazakhstan's legal heritage, a legacy shaped by generations of wisdom and tradition.
We need to create a civic and cultural environment where the law is seen as a tool for protecting rights and freedoms, not as an instrument of repression or control. It's essential that order becomes a truly shared value, and that respect for the law becomes a genuine way of life for every citizen. Achieving this ambitious goal requires the joint efforts of both the state and society. To become a progressive nation, we must cultivate constructive qualities and values such as integrity, mutual respect, self-restraint and civility. Citizens should follow the law and uphold ethical norms, not out of fear or coercion, but from a deep internal conviction.
Азаматтарымыз әдеп пен заңды мәжбүрлікпен емес, саналы түрде сақтау керек.
Another key focus set by President Tokayev is strengthening crime prevention. He emphasized the need to shift from reactive policy into addressing the root causes of crime before they escalate. To support this shift, he proposed not only legislative changes but structural reform, including the creation of a dedicated crime prevention unit within the Ministry of Internal Affairs. Following the Kazakhstan system for forecasting and for responding to criminal threats is also due for a technological overhaul. Artificial intelligence and big data will play a central role, powered by a new supercomputer currently in development. Kazakh president also highlighted the need to modernize the penal system, and in a move toward more citizen-focused policy, he called for the adoption of a service-based model, one built on trust, accountability and professionalism.
The police and other law enforcement bodies must serve as a vital link between the government and society. To achieve this, a new culture of engagement with citizens must be established that fully reflects our core principle. The state and the people are one. Progress in this area is visible, but current efforts remain inconsistent and lack lasting impact. The problem lies in the absence of continuity and the persistence of excessive bureaucracy, which often stands in the way of meaningful, people-centered work. Public trust in reform, in justice, and in the effectiveness of the state depends largely on the professionalism and integrity of law enforcement agencies.
Additionally, Kassym-Jomart Tokayev turned attention to district police inspectors. For officers working in rural areas, he proposed a new system where each year of service would count as 1.5 when calculating eligibility for promotion. To strengthen public engagement, the president announced the launch of Law and Order Week, a nationwide initiative that will now take place regularly to promote legal awareness and civic unity. In closing, President Tokayev thanked Kazakhstan's law enforcement community, from the officers who serve with courage to the families who support them. Balzhan Samigulina, New Time.